So far in this course, we have covered all of the fundamental creation, modification, and constraint tools. And so this lecture is your first sketching assignment. The assignment brief is to sketch this part using the tools learnt in this section. Now, there isn't necessarily a single correct methodology to draw this part. The most important thing is that the end result is consisting of all the dimension geometries and that they are all fully constrained. I recommend pausing the lecture here and attempting this assignment. The remainder of this lecture, I will complete this sketch using the tools that have been demonstrated so far. But please pause the video here and attempt this sketch, and I will see you shortly. Okay, welcome back, and hope you got along well with the sketch. And now I will model this part myself and talk you through the tools I will be using. So I will be going through this quite quickly. I will be explaining each use of the tools as I go through them. I've opened up a new design. Count to the top left, it creates sketch. By the options of the 3 default planes, you can choose any one of these for this 2D sketch. So let's go with the XY plane. Turn on the sketch grid. I'm going to start with the outer body. So for this, I use a 2-point rectangle. Start at the origin, draw that out. We can see on the horizontal there, we have a dimension of 18 millimeters. Hit tab on the keyboard. We could a vertical dimension of 40 millimeters. Enter on the keyboard. I then want to add in my 2 center lines. So these are identifying at the center according to the midpoints of the verticals, and also the centers according to the midpoint of the horizontals. We hit the line tool. I'm going to hit construction. I'm going to find the midpoint of this line as identified here. Left click once, drag that down, and left click again onto the midpoint of this horizontal line. Same for the verticals, a midpoint, come to midpoint, left click, looking good. Turn off my construction lines. Go hit C on the keyboard and start drawing the circle from this center line here to a diameter of 15 mil. We're going to press O on the keyboard for offset. Offset that circle. And I use the parameter box over 2.5. It's okay. And hit D on the keyboard, dimension from the center point to the vertical line. And that dimension, as per the drawing, it's 20 mil. Enter. Now we can see those circles are black in color and they are fully constrained. Now let's go ahead and add in this slot. It's one of the create tools and the slot. As for the dimensions provided, we have a dimension of 15 mil from the center point of both the arcs. But it's logical in this case to use the center to center slot. I'll select that. Make sure my slot's on this center line here. Draw that across, expand that out. And I've got a slot width there of 6 mil. Let's enter. I want to use my dimension tool and dimension the center point of this arc to this vertical line. Add that dimension in, 15 mil, enter. And I'm just going to add one more dimension from the 2 center points. There's the 15 mil, let's enter. Okay, everything's in black color, looking good, but enough the constraints for now. I want to add in this arc down here over this creation tools arc. I'm going to use in this case, I'll go for the center point arc. I know my center point is defined here. I know the first point is defined on this vertical line at a distance of the radius, which is 12.5 mil. Okay, then click once, make sure we're snapping onto that vertical line. Draw the arc around and then snap onto the horizontal line here. Our arc in place. Now we can put this square geometry with a chamfer in here. So for this, I use the 2-point rectangle tool. Start on this corner, drag across, and then put the dimensions, 12 mil on the horizontal. Press tab on the keyboard, 10 mil on the vertical. Enter. Now we need chamfer on this corner here. Come under the modification tools, hit chamfer. We know the chamfer is 4x4, so it's an equal distance chamfer. We'll select that tool. I'm going to select my corner point here. Enter 4 on the keyboard. Press enter. Looking good. Now we're going to put in the arc up here. So we know the center point of this arc is the intersection between the horizontal and the vertical center line. Come under the creation tools and the arc. Go on center point arc. Start it here. Drag that across. Make sure we're snapping to that horizontal line. We've got the rad of 12 mil. Okay, so when I left click once on that snap, roll that around, and then left click again when we're in contact with this horizontal line. Now we just need to add the text on top. On the creation tools, let's go on text. But in this case, we don't want the text box, but rather the text on path. But now we need to identify the path. In this case, it's the arc. And in terms of the text, we've got Fusion 2025. Okay, might bump that size up a bit. Let's go for 2.5. Then we want to make sure the alignment is in the center, not that it's offset like so. And that's the correct orientation, horizontal, not vertical flip. Looking good. It's okay. And the last feature we need to add now is just the 3 null circles around all 4 of the corners. And to do this, hit C on the keyboard, put in a circle, 3 diameter, enter. I'm going to hit B on the keyboard and dimension the center point, the vertical line. That's 5 on the drawing. Then center point for the horizontal is also 5. Then quite simply, I'm going to use the mirror tool to mirror this across to this location, and this one. A mirror line, and first of all the object, select the circle, mirror line, or select this center line here, press OK. Let's use the mirror tool again. So I'm going to right click and select repeat mirror. Then on my objects, I want to select this circle, this one. In terms of mirror line, we want our vertical center line here. OK, looking good. Now I'm just going to tidy up these dimensions. Okay, so that is the sketch complete. I did go through that quite quickly, but hope you were able to follow along okay. And if you were able to do this yourself, yeah, big well done, that's fantastic. And so following this, I look forward to seeing you in the next sketching assignment. I'll see you there.